Hello everyone, thanks for participating in this activity. Please comment below if you ever experienced an ear infection. Share a brief experience if you would like because it's always helpful to learn from each other. Today in this video we will focus on ear infections and I will share my personal experience with an ear infection. I never thought this might turn out so dangerous until it happened to me again. Last year, March 2024, I faced an ear infection in right ear, but after successful treatment, with time I forgot pain, suffering, and start living normal life. But again, weeks ago when January 2025, I start feeling ear itching, pain, and after 2 days of discharge started, it really scared me. As last time it was so painful, but this time it turns into a wake up call for me to discover more about this common and often ignored disease. This experience made me realize how important it is to understand ear infections and especially what cause ear infections and how to recognize the initial symptoms and what we can do to prevent and treat them. So in this video we will cover all what are ear infections, different types of ear infections, their causes, risk factors and initial symptoms and diagnosis and how AI and other deep learning techniques helping in ear infection detection. So artificial intelligence and deep learning techniques not directly treating ear infection like prescribing medicines or performing procedure, but it plays a very important supporting role in diagnosis and monitoring. When you will search how AI and deep learning helping in ear infection, you can see many researchers, scientists, and innovators are working to improve treatments for ear infection and explore the potential of AI in healthcare. I'm really grateful to all. Your work is not just about technology and medicine, it's about improving lives, bringing hope and better solutions and making human survival easy on earth. So if you are a research scholar and working on it, thank you for everything you are doing. Your contributions are truly invaluable. Now let's start this video. So it's very important to take ear infections seriously and seek medical attention before it's too late because if ear infection left untreated, it can lead to more serious issues like hearing loss or even ruptured eardrum. So doctors use an otoscope to confirm the diagnosis and prescribe the appropriate treatment. So first question we have, how to know if you have an ear infection. So here you can see different symptoms. It starts with fullness in ear followed by soft ear pain, especially when laying down and it hurt more at night. Second, trouble hearing. Everything sounds like you are underwater and after 1 or 2 days, fluid drainage start from ear, fever, irritation, and you will feel excessive itching in ear. So if the pain is unbearable and you have high fever or symptoms that last more than a couple of days, don't wait because ear infections can get worse. So anyone facing these signs, best option is to visit doctor as soon as possible. So doctor will use here an otoscope to look inside your ear. It is like a tiny flashlight that lets them see if your eardrum is red, inflammation, or has fluid behind it. Most ear infections clear up just fine with proper care. Here, key is to act early, and most important, prevention is always better than cure. So how we can prevent ear infections? So small steps can make big differences. Wash your hands because germs are everywhere. Avoid smoking areas. Visit doctor when needed. And if you are a parent, try to breastfeed your baby. It boosts their immunity. So an ear infection, also known as otitis media, that is an inflammation of the middle ear, often caused by bacteria or virus. It usually occurs when fluid buildup behind the eardrum, creating an environment for germs to grow. So here you can see we have different types of ear infection. Acute otitis media, that is a sudden infection with symptoms like ear pain, fever. Second, we have otitis media with effusion. So here fluid remains in the middle ear after the infection has cleared. Sometimes it causes temporary hearing loss. Third, we have chronic otitis media. That is a recurring or long-lasting infection that can lead to complications if untreated. So ear infections are always caused by bacteria or viruses. They can occur after a cold, flu, or allergy, which cause swelling and the blockage of the eustachian tube. You can see this is the small passage that connect the middle ear to the back of the throat. So ear infections are common in children under age 5 due to small eustachian tubes. So you can see different factors responsible for ear infections. So first we have seasonal factors. They are more common in rainy season or in winter season. And in my case, this second time happened in the winter season again. And other risk factor we have exposure to smoke or pollution, or if you have family history with ear infections. And middle ear infections are often caused by respiratory infections, bacteria or virus travel from the nose and throat to the ear, leading to the inflammation and fluid buildup, or if you are allergic to something. Different allergies that can lead to fluid buildup in the ear, sinus infections, water or any foreign object entering in the ear, poor hygiene, and other factors that increase the risk of ear infection. Here we have big humidity, smoking, frequent exposure to pollution. Here question we have how bacteria and fungus grow inside the ear. So bacteria and fungus can grow in the ear when the environment becomes helpful to their growth. And this mostly happens when the conditions like moisturizer, warmth, and lack of airflow create an ideal breeding ground for the microorganisms. First, when water gets stuck in the ear, like after bathing or swimming, it creates a bad environment. Fungus love bad places and start growing there. Second, ear canal is warm inside, which makes it a perfect place for the bacteria and fungus to grow. And you can see here, ear canal is narrow, so air does not flow well. This makes it easy for the bacteria and fungus to stay and grow. But ear has their natural defense such as earwax, which has antibacterial and antifungal properties. If you clean it out too much, like with cotton swabs, ear loses protection and bacteria or fungus can grow. And if you scratch the ear canal with finger, cotton swabs or other things, it can create small openings where bacteria or fungus can enter and grow. So here you can see my mistakes as I have long hair and after bathing water enter the ear canal that I often try to clean using cotton swabs. But when we clean our ear, water get inside the canal. And here we are just cleaning the outer ear. So water remains inside the ear canal. Second mistake, so here as winter season is going on and I'm cold sensitive, so I keep my ears covered 24/7, day, night, and that create perfect environment for the fungus and bacteria to grow. Because this happens same time, so it is a pattern, means same mistakes I'm repeating again and again that is causing this problem. Now suppose after bath, water gets stuck in ear canal. Plus, ear canal is warm inside and 24/7 as I'm keeping day night, my ears are covered with gap and it creating perfect environment for the bacteria and fungus to grow. So prevention is always better than cure. Every time you have to go through a treatment and this procedure is sometimes stressful and the problem like ear infection, it is more irritating. We cannot focus on work and other life areas, and when we feel continuous itching in the ear canal, this is really intolerable. So whenever we are facing any problem again and again, best solution is we have to find out the root and solve it. And during treatment we cannot even touch the ear because it can burst the ear infection. So here you can see how infection work. Bacteria or fungus, they enter the ear canal and attach to the skin. And this one is really painful. When they attach to the skin, they cause sharp pain and itching, and you cannot even touch the ear because it is too much painful. Second, they start multiplication. Now, once they attach to the skin, they start multiplication. Ear canal is warm, so in warm and moisturizer environment, they multiply rapidly and the immune system respond to the infection causing redness, inflammation, pain. And here you can see these common symptoms. If you have an ear infection, you might feel itching, pain, and discharge, fluid coming out of the ear, and sometimes hearing loss. So question is how we can prevent it. Keep your ear dry. First, as always, doctor advise that keep your ear dry and avoid inserting objects. Do not use cotton swabs, fingers, or other objects to clean the ear canal. And if you have skin issues like any allergies, so best option is get the treatment. Now for ear infection treatment, if it is bacterial infection, it is treated with antibacterial ear drops or medicine. And if it is fungal infection, it is treated with antifungal ear drops or creams. So here you can see different types of bacteria and virus that cause ear infection. So different artificial intelligence and deep learning techniques are used to automatically detect ear infections. The goal is to make it easier and faster to detect ear infection, especially in places where access to doctors or specialists is limited. So first we will discuss the problem. So when ear infections are common, but diagnosing them accurately can be challenging, especially without expert doctors. The traditional methods depends on manual experiments, which can be time consuming and may not always accurate. So here we have solution. So different AI based system that use deep learning to analyze images or data related to ear and detect infection accurately. The question is how it works. So these AI-based systems are trained using a large data set of ear images and related data like medical records. So first AI learned to recognize the patterns that indicate an ear infection like redness, swelling, fluid buildup, and other. And after training, the system can analyze new ear images or data. Accordingly, they can display result whether an ear infection is present or not. These AI-based systems are first tested on dataset of ear images and their performance is evaluated. Fungal growth it need humid climate, swimming, sweating, or if person have weak immune system or the person is using dirty earphones, hearing aids, or cotton swabs that can introduce fungal spores. So here you can see how this simple process work. First we have data pre-processing. In data pre-processing, we will remove the poor quality images and black caches using OpenCV and canny edge detection, histogram normalization, gamma correction, Gaussian blur. Then we will split the dataset. Here we will split the images randomly into training and testing dataset. Then we have model development. So here we have deep learning algorithm. So CNN architecture is used. Then we have training process where we will train the images. After training, we will perform testing and then final validation. Now here question is how AI help even when the tools exist. So sometimes we need faster diagnosis and sometimes doctor using traditional tools. They need time to examine in the ear and here AI can analyze the images or data in seconds. So here AI can analyze the images or data in seconds and provide quick results and saving time. Second, we have improved accuracy. So AI systems are trained on thousands of ear images that can detect infection with high accuracy and it is reducing the mistakes. Third, we have accessibility. In remote or rural areas, there might not be enough doctors or specialists. So here AI can be used by nurses or even on the smartphone to diagnose ear infection, making healthcare more accessible. Early detection. So AI can spot early signs of infection that might be hard for a human to notice. This helps in treating the infection before it gets worse. And it is also cost effective. AI system can reduce the need for multiple doctor visit or expensive tests. For example, we have smartphone apps with AI that can analyze ear images at low cost and it is also a big sport for the doctors. So here AI is not replacing any doctor but it is helping them to make better decisions. So question is why AI is still needed. We have human limitations. Doctor can't be everywhere and sometimes they might miss small details and AI is time saving. It speed up the processes especially in busy clinics and also it provides the same level of accuracy every time unlike humans who can get tired or make mistakes. So AI does not replace tools like Otoscope or doctors, but work alongside them to make diagnosis faster, more accurate, and accessible to everyone. It is like having a smart assistant that helps doctor and patients. Now next question is how we can take pictures of the inside canal. So taking a picture of the inside of the canal where infection often occur is tricky, but it's possible with the right tools. Here you can see tools for ear imaging. We have smartphone otoscopes. These are small devices that attach to smartphone and they have tiny cameras and light to take pictures of ear canal. For example, we have devices like Autocam, Celloscope. Second, we have digital otoscopes. These are handheld devices with camera and screen, or even patient at home. They can use them to see inside the ear and take picture. Some apps work with these devices to analyze the ear images using AI. So how it works? So the device is gently inserted in the ear. It take a clear picture or video of the ear canal and eardrum. Then image is sent to AI system for the analysis. And even if the AI detects the infection, and only a doctor can give medicine. So here AI can help in detection, but it cannot replace doctors when it comes to prescribing medicine or treatment. So AI acts as first step in process. It analyzes the ear image and say this look like an infection or not. And it can also suggest the type of infection, whether it is bacterial or fungal. And this can help the patient to know if they need to visit doctor or not. So after AI detects a possible infection, the patient can visit doctor and confirm the AI findings, examine patient overall health, prescribe the right medicines, antibiotics, antifungal drops, painkillers. So that's all about this video. Main motive of making this video is prevention is better than cure. If you're facing any problem again and again, and if it is serious one, you have to fix the problem by the root, because every time you will suffer. So prevention is always better than cure. So that's all about this video. If you have any questions, you can comment below, and thanks for watching this video.